Hey, what is up everyone? Danny and Alex. In this segment, we're going to show you guys how to fight a Southpaw fighter, aka someone who's left-handed. So check it out. Okay, so we'll switch sides, Alex. I'll be the orthodox, and Alex is going to place himself into a Southpaw stance. So usually Southpaws are going to have less difficulty fighting an orthodox fighter than an orthodox, vice versa, against a Southpaw, simply because 80 to 90% of the people in clubs, in boxing gyms, in academies are going to be right-handed, all right? Only the 10 percentile are going to be left-handed. So for a left-handed person, they're training 90% of the times with someone who's right-handed. As a right-handed fighter, I'm only training probably 10% or less of the times with someone who's left-handed, all right? So that's why it's going to be a little bit more challenging. But there are some tricks. Why? Because when I first started out training when I was younger, in my first gym, I had a bunch of Southpaw fighters. So I used to train them a lot, and I used to be training myself in a Southpaw stance, all right? So I developed a couple of tricks that I want to share with you guys, some simple stuff. Of course, I'm not giving out all the secrets, but the basics, all right? So the first thing I want you guys to keep in mind, if you're watching our tutorials, is about your stance. I always talk about this, and now you're going to see why. If Alex has the right lead and I have the lead with my left side, now what's going to happen is we're going to be fighting for the better position. And by positioning is simple. When I'm fighting a Southpaw fighter, I want to have my lead foot outside his lead foot right there. So this is the better stance for me, all right? So of course, every time we're moving, I'm going to be trying to have my lead foot outside his. But now it's easier said than done. So you're going to say, Coach, how do I just step on the side? How do I get there? So I'm going to show you guys a few simple methods, all right? So of course, the first one is if this guy's slower than you, you're just going to be moving around, and when you're ready, you step on the side, right? Maybe you move your hands a little bit, make him cover, blink, whatever it is, and you step on the outside. Now you're ready to fire some shots. The second method, of course, because not everyone's just going to stay static, they're going to be fighting for the outside step as well, is now keep him busy. Maybe your jab or even punching combinations. As I throw some stuff to his eyes, now he has to react to this. And look, now I use that occasion to start stepping on the outside, all right? And then the third method is more advanced, but you have to be skilled and have to practice this. This one is going to be attack by drawing. What I mean by that is bait him in. So watch this. I have my stance here, and now I want to get my foot on the outside, but before I get there, because we're both fighting for the same thing, I'm going to drop my lead hand as such, right? So basically, in front of the camera, this is what it looks like. So what does this tell you? It's inviting that jab, especially against a Southpaw fighter. That's going to be his right jab. So every time I drop here, now he wants to throw that punch right into my face because I'm right in front of him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare for that. I'm going to bait him by dropping in and then boom, just moving outside once I see the shoulders start to move because his glove's coming towards your face. So once again, as I'm here, I'm going to drop my lead hand. Watch this. Slow motion, you drop here, but you're ready. Your weight distribution has to come off that lead foot, so your rear foot pushes the lead leg right out because you got to be fast. This jab is going to be coming at you at 100 miles an hour. So as I bait him here, boom, I'm right out, okay? And now I'm in a perfect position where I have my foot on the outside. Now, this is about footwork. These are little tricks for the footwork stuff. Now, when I want to start getting engaged using punches, right? I want to box with this guy. I don't want to just be moving around. So another good tactic, let's switch sides, Alex, for this one, is going to be my frame. Watch this. I'm going to use my forearm to frame. So now we're going to talk about what if my opponent always has that lead foot outside my own, all right? So now Alex has the lead step outside. Every time I'm fighting here, he's moving with me. So this guy's quicker than me, right? He always has that foot on the outside. So now I got to draw him in. So I'm going to initiate the attack. So I'm going to throw my left jab. What is he going to do? He's going to slip. He's going to move away, see? So when he does this, I'm going to take advantage and counter that balance. See, I'm going to go one and then push him off balance right away here. See that? Because now your stance in a Southpaw is here. You're moving away from my jab, but you have no base on this side. So now you're easily caught off balance, all right? So this is the beauty of fighting against someone who has the same mirrored stance as you do. Okay, so once again, slow. Watch. As he moves out of the jab, boom, use your forearm and just look. You bend and then you shove. All right, just knock him off balance. A second tactic, as he slips, you step it in and look, you just crowd him here. Right, you see boxers do this a lot. All right, so what happens here is the ref's gonna say break, separate you, but this takes a toll, guys. If you've never felt this, it's always cumbersome. You're always being dragged down, you're being bunched up. It takes a lot of energy and it tires you out, all right? Tires the muscles of the back. So that way there, when he boxes again, he's a little bit slower, okay? Now, if he's fighting for the outside and he has it, another tactic is simple, right? This is a no-brainer. I'm fighting here, Alex has his foot on the outside. Well, what do I want to do? Just step away, and then regain my position again. See that? So all you're going to be doing now, we're boxing here, and we're fighting for the outside foot, but he's gaining that every time. I'll move out, and then move back in. Okay, so that's another one for your range. Now, let's get against this wall, and let's pretend this is a boxing ring right here, and these are the ropes. Okay, let's look at this. This is a great tactic to use. So now, we're boxing for the outside foot. So Alex has that step. So we're boxing here, but look, every time I step, he steps with me. So I can never step wide enough to get on top. So watch what I'm gonna do. We're in the center of the ring, and I'm gonna draw him into the ropes, all right? So we're boxing here, I'm stepping, but he always gains that outside foot, and I'm gonna draw him in. And look, once he gets against the ropes, watch this, I'll angle step here, but he cannot follow me. He can't step to the angle because if he pivots, he knocks himself back, flat, hips, butt against the ropes. And now I have the perfect angle set up to attack him, right? So once again, you're boxing here, I'm fighting for the outside step, but he always gains that, right? We're boxing here, and look, once I see that his foot is here, now look, I'll pivot step, and he can't turn, and boom, boom, boom. Now you can start attacking a barrage of punches from there, which gives you the angle. Okay, guys, so now there's more tricks to this, okay? There's many stuff, but I just want to share a couple of things to keep the video short. This is just YouTube. It's not a tutorial I'm selling, such as master classes on fighting a Southpaw. Hey, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we'll film something to have a little bit more in-depth tutorials. But for now, for YouTube, okay, what we're going to talk about is also if you are the longer ranged fighter, meaning your range is way above his range. Okay? You have to know that, right? So in this case, my reach is longer than Alex's. Look, extend your jab, Alex. He can't reach me, right? Look, I can almost reach him. So this is just at the extent of where my stance is going to be. Once you understand that, and you'll see that in boxing fights, a lot of times what we do is we'll start using the jab. Of course, the jab is going to be the weapon of choice to gain that distance. A lot of times people say, well, they're throwing the jab, but they're not even trying to connect. Well, that's a strategy because we're just kind of like an antenna. You're kind of like just seeing the jab. It's a feeler jab. You don't want to see when the gloves connect or touch each other, right? I want to see how he has that range, if he's moving to the left, right, backwards, or even blocking, checking, slipping. How is he reacting? Is he a counter fighter or whatnot? But the thing is, as you know the range, now you can use that to your advantage. So as an example, if he's the Southpaw fighter and I have the longer reach, I can use a stiff arm in front of him. So this means I'm going to extend my jab and just keep it there. Just keep it there. So now, even if his foot is on the outside, and I'm fighting for this, and I'll just leave it here. Now it hides his vision, and it keeps everything in check. So that way there, he doesn't see where I'm going, and now maybe I'll gain an advantage as the step out, or maybe move away from him to regain a composure. And last but not least is going to be to crowd him. Watch this. This is a great trick I used to use a lot. All right, so here, what I'm going to do, when I'm here, the most dangerous weapon, in my opinion, is always going to be your cross. And in the Southpaw stance, that's his left straight. All right, opposite of mine. So that's his strongest weapon he has. Why? Not only because it's powerful, it comes from behind, but also that's the punch you're going to be facing a Southpaw with. Your face is always going to be aligned to that cross because we're both in the open stance here. Of course, he's aligned to my right, okay? But now, what we can do is crowd him. Look, as we're boxing here and his foot is on the outside, I'm not able to bring my foot on the outside because he knows better. Now I'm going to wait and bait him instead of the jab for the cross. So I'm going to start to crouch down as such. Now, the jab is ineffective, the right hook's ineffective, so now I know it's the right hand. A lot of times it's going to be the right cross, or in this case, it's going to be the left cross, all right? So as I go here, he throws the left cross, boom, I crouch him and watch this. I shove with my back leg and bump right into him, right? I love to do this a lot. So just shoulder bump or crowd him, okay? So this is a great tactic. Now you have to be aware of the punch and have great timing, and you have to practice this a lot. But this is a skill I used to practice a lot. He used to throw the left or go one and then just step it in and crowd him in. And then you just shove him against the ropes, and then you have body shots available to you. Guys, these are just a few things you can do as a Southpaw. Of course, there's more to that. Is understanding which punch is more relevant, understanding how to block his punches, which punch is coming, how to block, because how you're going to defend against an orthodox fighter is slightly different than against a Southpaw fighter because it's the open stance, all right? So we might cover that in the future videos. But guys, hope you enjoyed this content. How to fight tactics against a Southpaw. Leave us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Maybe we'll do more tutorials just like this one. We'll see you
in the next one.
Take care.